What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Civilization 5, the AI-only tournament. It's been going on. We've been qualifying civs for the finals every few days, and we're back to do it again today. We're doing the second European run, and then we'll do Asia for the final one, and then we'll have a final at some point. Probably I think this video is going out on a Friday or a Saturday. I'm not sure right now, but probably like the next weekend, or the weekend after this weekend when this video has come out. That'll probably be when the final is. The weekend is always good. I've sort of been trying to do a Let's Play episode and then, an AI episode. That's always good. This is a Pangea map, but it is the weirdest shaped Pangea, and there is not a connection. So I don't know what happened. Sometimes, the civs that you put in, maybe they have spawn biases. I don't know, but this is definitely not quite a Pangea. The mini-map doesn't make it look like it, but it is only a tiny split here near Spain. As you can see, that is the split, and then there's two separate continents. And Spain is actually, no one is actually on this second one, so that's quite interesting. I didn't notice that, but yeah, everyone is on the original one at the very least. I had to up the map size because I think I might have got it wrong. I think there's 19 civs from Europe, and we did 9 in the first one, so there's 10 in this one. So obviously that's also a little bit more. So Spain is here, and hopefully I've got it right. I think I have Denmark, Spain, the Ottomans, Sweden, Austria, Portugal, the Netherlands, Byzantium, and France. I don't think any of them were in the last one. If I've messed up big time, I'm sorry, but I just used the civ list. Unless civ has changed the order that they load into the game, then maybe they screwed us. But if not, I think we should be good. City-states are on for this one. I've also been informed Siam has a bonus for them, but there's less Asian civs, I think, so that one will be... But there will be some city-states there, probably not as many. And it'll probably be a bit of a smaller map for Asia. I don't think there's 10, although when you think of it, there's the Middle East and Indonesia and... No, there probably is about a similar size, so we'll probably do it again for Asia. And if any of the civs who really benefit from city-states get to the final, that'll be okay. You guys gave me a good recommendation on how to avoid the issue I was having. That worked, and actually I thought of another way. I could have chose not to meet the city-states. I was pressing meet all. But if I do it one by one, I can just pick the civs. So those are both potential options for us. But yeah, we'll get right into this one. Now, because of the shape of the continent and everything, and also just how the last two games have panned out, I heavily don't expect this to be like a fight to the death. Best 3 civs. It is the best 3 in this one going through. I don't expect it to be like a best 3 making it to the final. Or, sorry, only being 3 left at turn 200, which is now the sort of new limit, unless it looks like it's fairly close to the end. This will probably definitely be decided by score, just because it is a very weird shape. I'm not sure. The shape might help, it might not. I really don't know. And the city-states, I don't know how that's all going to play out. Second cities coming in. Byzantium with 2 there, Austria moving east, Portugal with 2. This is a very congested region, the Netherlands too. Sweden heading west a little bit, the Ottomans here. Spain and Denmark. It doesn't look like my spawn affected the game too much. I spawned, I think, up here. I think I would have been on this. Very weird. I'm a bit lost now. Oh no, maybe it was here. I don't know. Obviously, I deleted my units. Actually, I might have spawned on the other continent. I don't know. Yeah, I think so. Because I don't know. I spawned somewhere. Don't know where that is. And obviously, Venice will be an interesting one. They, of course, do not have any settlers, but there is 8 city-states, at least for now, out there for them to buy. Sadly, they've spawned about as far away from said city-states as possible, but you can try, I guess. It is worth mentioning there's some pretty big international sort of rivalries in this episode. Denmark and Sweden, they're not particularly close, but obviously a bit of a rivalry there, at least in terms of civs from Scandinavia. The Ottomans and Byzantium, quite sort of historical rivals there. Portugal and Spain, again, sort of neighbours. So we'll see. But a couple of third cities going down. Sweden and France with theirs. And France actually got another settler up, so they'll be up to 4. The Netherlands already looking good up here in the north with 3 cities as well. Spain also opting not to settle anywhere just yet. That's quite an interesting decision. We'll see what they get up to. A lot of mountains near them, so they will probably be safe regardless, but we'll see. First war didn't take long. Ottomans and Portugal and Byzantium teaming up on Sweden. I mean, they're semi-close, but again, another mountain range. Those mountain ranges have been brutal so far. But yeah, Sweden should be fine for now. There was actually a war before that, which is here. You can see the Ottomans going after Sydney, the city-state. Should be good. And Venice did purchase the Jerusalem city-state, and they got King Solomon's Mines. So that's quite nice. A 6 production wonder. Natural wonder. Although, does it only spawn with Jerusalem? Or is that just like a really good... Because King Solomon, isn't he from... I don't know where... I think he's from around that part of the world. I don't know. I'm not very good on my religious... History is not even a strong point here. I don't know why. I'm really not the ideal person to make these videos, but we're 5 years in now. Can't change it. Oh, we're going to lose a city. That happened very quickly. There's a few going on, but nothing like this quick. The Ottomans just attacked Sweden. The Netherlands going after Tyre here, but yeah, out of nowhere sort of. Oh, actually, there you go. Sweden do lose a city to the Ottomans. Spain could be in trouble too to Denmark. That's a bit early down the line, but yeah, Austria is certainly close to grabbing this city off Portugal. Should be next turn. It's not a good time. Byzantium with 2 wonders in the same turn. It's impressive. Petra and the pyramids. So these cities both must have pretty good production because they can't obviously build them in the same city. Yeah, Petra here in Adrianople and the pyramids here. So that's awesome for them. It's Constantinople. It's not quite a canal city. That would have been so useful on this map, although you couldn't actually get one. But ignore that. And Spain, oh, they nearly died, and they've survived. So they're still ticking along. They do grab Barcelona, but Denmark grabs Madrid very early on. Ottomans piecing out with Sweden, and Austria here has conquered Porto. They may get Lisbon as well, so not a good start for the Iberian civs as the Netherlands get the Great Wall. Venice has now got the Great Lighthouse and Colossus, so they're going to be a good naval civ. That said, I did not realise Jerusalem was about to fall, so never mind. And there we go, Jerusalem does fall to the French. Another wonder for Byzantium, they get Chichen Itza. That's quite impressive, and it looks like Austria should get Lisbon if their melee unit turns up. And Portugal's hopes of reaching the final dashed pretty early here by the Austrians, it would seem. Anyway, let's see. It'd probably take one more turn, I'm just guessing from where the long swordsman is, and the Dutch could also sneak in. But yeah, no, Austria should grab that next turn. France are looking really good as well. But they're on an awkward position on the mini-map down below, so it kind of is hard to notice them. Maybe I'm being a bit unfair. But there we go. Portugal's eliminated. Austria looking good. A few civs looking good. France, though, looking very big and very long. Very weird shape here. And, of course, there is this continent that looks a little bit like a llama. Like, 2 legs here. Sort of a mini one, but it's at the back. And then here's a front leg, or back front leg. It's at the back of the llama, but it's nearer to us. And then here's a head. It looks a little bit like a llama. I don't know. It's sort of looking upwards. Maybe not. More of a giraffe, maybe. It's got quite a long neck. I don't know what this other continent could be shaped like. It does look kind of like a dog with a back leg here, front leg here. Bit of a paw, head, massive tail. I don't know. Some other animal. A wolf. But then I don't know what this part is. Ignore this part. He's holding a sword or something. I don't know. And Spain is gone. Denmark eliminating them. So not a good start for the Iberians. And I mean, I was going to say like not a good start. Thinking about it, not a good start is not a way to put it. Because that suggests there's like, there's hope to come back. But no, they don't even have that. They're gone for good. Unless someone like brought them back to life, which seems a little bit unrealistic. So that won't be happening. Another wonder for Byzantium. It's like every time I talk, they get a wonder. It's like my Nubia series I'm doing right now. Every time I talk, there's a volcano blowing up our cities here. Every time I talk, Byzantium seems to get a couple of wonders. I haven't really done this so far, but I guess it'd be kind of cool as the game is just sort of ticking along and these numbers are actually just ticking up, which is kind of cool. We can have a look at who is at the moment in pole position, because I guess this is the first time I'm really accepting that we might not get down to just 3. Denmark at the moment. Pretty comfortable lead, about 22 points to Byzantium. And then, unless my eyes are deceiving me, France the only other civ with 500. So they would be sort of 3rd. So at the moment, and that seems pretty realistic. Denmark are pretty big. They took out Spain. Thank you. This actually paused it for me. Byzantium, that's a bit of a surprise. I guess that's probably boosted by wonders, maybe a religion and other things. And then, yeah, France, that's not a surprise. They're doing really good as well. Austria maybe a bit lower than expected, but there's always time. All these others sort of on 300s, there's still opportunities, the Netherlands, the Ottomans. But yeah, we're down to 8. Obviously, there was 10 at the start, but Spain and Portugal did not make it too far as we approach turn 100. Okay, I'll do a little recap. We're sort of a third of the way through the normal time. So France is struggling, Venice is struggling against France so far. They have another great merchant, but I'm not sure they'll be putting that in the sea just yet. France looking quite good here, pretty comfortable. Byzantium with some pretty scattergun approach to settling, and Austria is trying to conquer a city off them, but it's not quite working for them just yet. I think the Netherlands are also going after this. They're not at war with Austria, they're just sort of walking through. They're up here with the Great Wall. Sweden is here doing their thing, although being attacked by the Ottomans right now, and then Denmark is pretty much just chilling by themselves in the corner. So yeah, that's kind of an update on what's going on so far, and Austria and Byzantium peaced out, so never mind, we won't be seeing that city fall just yet. It wasn't to be. I had hopes, but it wasn't to be for Venice. They did just die, which caught me by surprise. I was sort of staring at the middle, waiting for some other cities to drop, and then Venice just sort of died in the corner again. It's a very awkward spot on the map to watch. A few wars against Sweden there, but these guys all seem to be okay. They've got some very, very awkward borders. I think the naval part of the game could be very key to deciding who gets through. But we are now down to 7. We can have another look at the score, just see who is on track. Although I clicked the wrong button there, so it probably won't load up. Okay, so at the moment, France and Denmark pretty much neck and neck. 7 points in it. Not a lot at all. And then there's quite a big drop to Byzantium. Now, because of some changes we made in the last episode, at least for now, it's getting a bit confusing, but for now, the top 3 in this game will go straight through. So we upped it from 5 to 6 from Europe, so the top 3 will go straight through, but then I think I let 4 off in the first European game, so there will be a vote for which of the 3rd and 4th from the other game goes through, but all of these civs are now, because of the changes I've made, sort of guaranteed a spot, because I didn't realise there was only 6 African civs. That caught me a bit by surprise. The other regions will have about 10, or Europe has 19. But, I think Asia will have rough guess of around 10. Americas had, I think, 9 or 8 or something. Maybe 7, actually. But I only let 2 through from the America. No, I let 3 through. I don't know. But I think, 6 was a bit much to let 3 through. So we dropped 1 space from there. And Byzantium falling. Well, not falling, sorry. Losing a city. This city falls, but not the rest of it just yet anyway. There was just like a huge cloud of damage probably a few minutes ago. It was just like all red all over this, but no one was losing cities. It was very weird. There's a lot of bloodshed, but no real major changes just yet. But we'll see. Byzantium losing some points. That could be pretty big because if I remember correctly, obviously for you guys it was literally the last time I spoke, but for me it was a few minutes ago. Byzantium were in that top 5. Now losing a city will push them to the brink. Austria is now above them actually, so that's a pretty scary sort of possibility there, but as it stands, it looks like France is doing very well. Austria doing quite good as well. And Denmark and Austria now looking like they are the 3 for now in pole position. Now Austria haven't really done anything, so bear that in mind. That number's just ticking up. Austria haven't done anything in a while. Oh, okay. I did not even see that. They must have taken this in the peace deal. Never mind. But it's not like Austria has gone on the warpath. So, if other civs start having a bad time and you just take a couple of cities, things can dramatically change. I think France, it might be out of the question just because of their position. I think they might have already done enough. So they'll have to keep it up. They can't just sit here and do nothing. But, unless like 2 super civs emerge to compete with them, they're not in too much danger, I don't think. There is a whole other continent, of course. Denmark will definitely have an advantage there, though, and they're already one of the key civs, so that could play a big role there. Denmark probably going to do well, but it could be a sort of second chance for the Ottomans. Sweden might be a bit of a stretch for Byzantium and the Netherlands to get that far, but you never know. Okay, so some big turns coming to an end. Austria just grabbed this city off Byzantium. It was going to happen eventually, but finally finished. But more importantly, or equally importantly, the Ottomans very close to grabbing this, although Sweden is going to try and get it back, so we'll see how that ends up. And there we go, the Ottomans do get that, although Denmark's attacking them, so it could all swing the other way again. And it's probably going to change hands a few times, at least for now. It'll take some time to settle. Oh no, Byzantium, I didn't even know this. They're in more trouble. France coming in. So Byzantium probably no longer in contention. They're down to 2. So who does that leave? Denmark, the Ottomans, Sweden, France, Austria competing. I would argue the Netherlands are probably out of it at this point as well, I'm afraid. So but there's still 5 civs with a shot. Only 3 spaces available. Not the most usual combination. Those of you obviously familiar with history and EU4 when I play that on the channel. But the Ottomans and Austria currently teaming up to try and take Stockholm. And Sweden might have to be added to that list. I didn't realise they only had 2 cities left when I was highlighting that Byzantium and the Netherlands are probably done. Maybe it's down to a 4-horse race. And if Stockholm falls, then definitely down to a 4-horse race. You see France is trying to get to Constantinople here. Not sure how successful that will be. It looks quite difficult, but they have a few boats, so could work out for them. Whoa, I've not seen this before. It's a unique Austrian thing. Happens pretty rarely, I think, but Austria just married somebody. Oh yeah, Tyre here. So there you go, that just happened. Also, I think it's similar to how Venice does it, just it's less common. Venice does it a lot more. But there you go. Austria just married a city-state. So that's a big game for them. I did look at the score. I won't spoil it, but one of the civs really does have to pull their finger out, who is still probably in the running. Like, I didn't realise the top two are like so far ahead. Then there's one in the middle who's not quite made the leap. And then there's one who's still got a chance, but is actually still hovering around with the Swedens and the Byzantiums, so that maybe not as great as it looks. But yeah, we'll see. Ottoman's holding off Denmark though. Stockholm survived, although Austria is sort of trying again now. And France is still... Okay, well that changed very quickly. It looks like France might actually get this now. I don't know if they'll hold on to it, but certainly a little bit closer to conquering it, that's for sure. And there we go, France does. Oh, well, that jinxed it. It goes back, but France did for the first time grab Constantinople, and that would be a huge win if France could get that. That would certainly boost their score. It's turned 144, so about 55 from sort of that end point I've set, just because, yeah, we're not getting the straight-up domination victories. I mean, I don't know what happened in the first one, because that actually worked. I guess it's just the Americas civs, maybe a bit more aggressive. I don't know, but yeah, that was weird. That one actually went fine, and then it's seemingly not been so good for the other two. This one, a lot more tense. The final will probably be a bit more different. We'll probably go all the way, because it's the final. Within reason, obviously, beyond turn 300 is probably no. Well, the Ottomans pieced out. They did not get Stockholm, but they got Helsinki, so... I guess it's a small win. It's pretty good for them, though. And they're still holding off Denmark, which is impressive, because it did show Denmark's military was about twice the size of anyone else's, which is very impressive, because France is huge as well. So, good job there, Denmark. But it looks like this might be a bit... Once these boats start to come in, could get a bit scarier. So they got their unique Norwegian ski infantry. Should they get berserkers at some point, too? Do you think Austria's exploring enough of the same part of the map at the same time, or what else is going on here? 10 caravels in a conga line? Fair enough. Oh, here we go. Who? Oh, the Ottomans didn't even try. There's me. Byzantium neither. But there you go. World's Fair won by France. Starting to get our ideologies coming through, and two of them at the same time. France going order, Denmark autocracy. I think those are the first two. Little hint, but they probably should be the first two. I would strongly imagine they are. They're the best two civs at the moment. They're sort of the big two at the end. They've avoided this huge mess in the middle, which is where the fight is still on for the next spot. I think Austria's probably got it under control at the moment, but you never know. The Ottomans could turn it around with a bit of luck. They've held off Denmark now very comfortably. Starting to get into the modern era. France with planes and artillery. Denmark pretty much the same. Still not looking great for the Ottomans. But beside that, not too much has changed. France v Sweden. No, they don't touch each other or border each other quite yet, but that could lead to something. But again, Sweden pretty small at this point. Their hopes very much faded of them making it to the final. France are the first civ to colonise this new continent. It's not been... Oh, they got another settler here. It's not been too attractive. Obviously, we had a big fight over it in the last game between some of the other civs, the African qualifier. Not the case this time. And more importantly, the Ottomans starting to fall a little bit now. Sweden might go too. We're approaching turn 200. I think it should be pretty clear this time who the top three is. I'm afraid if the Ottomans don't turn this around pretty rapidly, then yeah, they were the other civ that was sort of... They needed to do something, but they've not managed it. I thought if they maybe got Stockholm and then did something else, it could work. But yeah, this is probably not enough. If Denmark just keeps it up, then yeah, that should be our top three secured. Austria, France and Denmark leading the way pretty comfortably. As you can see right now, France is miles in front, and then Denmark's a healthy gap to Austria, and then Austria an even bigger gap than any of the other gaps to the Ottomans. So yeah, it should be pretty much done at this point. Okay, we made it to turn 200. Sweden just survived. Sadly, that is not what is going to pick whether they go through or not. The Ottomans put up a great defense, but they just did... While they were defending against Denmark, they couldn't make anything happen to get stronger, so yeah, they will be eliminated pretty heavily. In fact, yeah, almost double now at this point. France, Denmark and Austria will be making their way through to the final, and then we'll have the Asian game up next. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this one. Hopefully you're starting to look forward to it, seeing the lineup emerge for who will be in the final. But yeah, this one was quite an interesting one. France did sort of end up with most of the land here. I think they probably... Are they winning now? Yeah, they're winning now on score at least. But that will be it for this one. So as always, if you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. And I'll see you in the next one.